Well, hello. As you know, we do a lot of composting at our place at Magnus. What we've been done, we're at our place here at the Shea, and we've been cleaning up an area where there was a bunch of scrap that was supposed to be tore down that wasn't getting moved out or anything else. We've been cleaning up that area, and in the process, we've been getting a bunch of compost out. Um, Unfortunately, there's a tub of it there. Um, and the rest of it is inside this barrel. Unfortunately, this compost, as you tell, we got as much of the scrap and junk out of it as possible, but unfortunately, because of the fact that we can't promise we got every little bit, such as right here, that there's a spring that needs to come out. Because of the fact that we can't promise we got every little bit out, this compost will be going to a different area than where we would normally put the compost. This compost will be going into a waste wood area that we got. The waste wood area is basically a ditch that we are filling in with wood that we can no longer use, rotted wood and everything else. And the reason we're filling in this section of ditch is because this section of ditch drains my neighbor's water off on me, and it keeps my place wet most of the year. So we are filling in the ditch and levying up uh, between that ditch and him to where it will no longer his place will no longer drain across my place. If he wants his place drained, he's just going to have to dig him a ditch on his side of the fence down to the creek. But that is what the deal is with this compost. It is, we can't promise we got all the scrap and trash out of it, so it's going into that waste wood area to help fill in that ditch. We do, however, in this small barrel, have a little bit of good material, and the good material was picked up with our lawnmower, and we know for a fact it ain't got a bunch of trash and scrap in it. Uh, we just thought we'd explain what we've got going on, and tell you something about this too. This is computer chipboards. As you know, a lot of people likes to keep them because they say there's gold in them chipboards. Well, there is gold in them chipboards, but by the time you process everything in them chipboards, you really ain't got nothing. Secondly, if you take and you melt them chipboards down in a fire, where's your gold go? Your gold is still there, but your gold is going into the ground at that point in time. So, are we losing gold? Nope. That gold's going into our ground. But as far as everything else goes, as far as the compost goes, we we utilized every bit of compost we can get in one way, form, or fashion or another. Even if it's got a little bit of trash or scrap metal mixed in, such as this, it's still being utilized. It's being utilized to fill in where our waste wood area is. It's being utilized no matter what. Uh, the good compost, like I said, I would not want that stuff in my good compost. So it's been separated out from our good compost, which we use in garden areas, we use them around trees and other areas to really make our ground good. Which there's sections of our ground you'd say, I wouldn't want to do nothing there. But then there's other sections you'd love to death because of the fact that it is good ground. And the reason it's good ground is because we're constantly mixing compost and wood chips and everything else into that ground to make it good ground. My name is Michael, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.